for all levels of education and training. There will be the possibility to support ICT jumpstart trainings, that's how they are called, to quickly equip people with basic digital skills and above. And there's also the suggestion to develop a European digital skills certificate that is recognized and valued by individuals, employees across Europe. And just to come back to the group of needs I mentioned before, who are covered by the Youth Guarantee, a novelty in this area is that those who register for a Youth Guarantee, all these young people, very far from the labor market, they will have first their digital skills assessed before they are offered adequate training. So that's also, going into this direction, digital skills for all. But apart from the digital skills, of course, there are also other skills which are important, which are also mentioned in the skills agenda. For example, the transversal skills, which enable individuals to adapt to change and to increasingly work with artificial intelligence and robots. Um, and of course, there are also those skills which we call in the skills agenda the human skills, that would give people and the edge over robots. To do, we need to have the skills to do what robots cannot do. For example, empathy and adaptation to change. And of course, these skills are also especially important in view of the growing silver and care economy due to demographic change, and which are very high demands. There are very high demands on the labor market. So empathy, of course, is important if you want to work in the care industry. And last but not least, career management skills. As you have very well described in your project report, we will have more and more frequent job transitions. They will become the norm. Career management skills are therefore indispensable. And this means to be prepared for a very uncertain labor market and to deal with foreseen and unforeseen challenges. And this also means equipping, here in this case, young people with those skills that support them in their career decision making. Um, for example, by providing them information on the labor market with sound and good LMI, and help them to identify their work competences. So career management skills, as I said, very much in the limelight. And as mentioned before, I'm very happy to be following the Erasmus Plus forward-looking cooperation projects, which were selected in 2019, and where you are leading. Niverna, I understand, and also Aspire from the UK is in the partnership. So it's good to know that you are in the lead, and that you could maybe, and also work on creating synergies with all these different projects, which are funded through Erasmus. A last word about innovation and digitalization, because your project is also about that. Yesterday I attended a workshop in the framework of the Vocational Skills Week, which is ongoing this whole week. And it was about VET, vocational education and training, and the role of digital technology in vocational education and training. And of course, you can imagine with COVID, the situation of having apprenticeships and practical learning becomes, of course, very challenging. And that's why they talk much more about now using simulation in apprenticeships, having more digital apprenticeships. And the discussion was, of course, about how do you integrate digital learning into VET curricula, and how you can best support work-based learning with digital tools. And they were also, talking about the use of immersive technologies like virtual and augmented reality. And I just wanted to inform you that there will be there will be a forthcoming report. There is a working group at our DG level, which is looking at precisely at this question, digitalization and innovation in VET. And so there will be a report published at the end of this year, and you will find, you know, an introduction and some good practices on how they have actually put digital tools into the VET curricula. So maybe this could be something of interest to you as well. Last but not least, and then I think I will finish. I have, in preparation of this meeting, I was really looking through other surveys and studies which are about young people and their views on the future. And so I came across one survey which I found quite interesting, a survey by World Skills and the OECD of September 2019 on the attitudes of young people on the future of work. So young people were asked about the level of awareness about the changes affecting the new world of work and how confident they feel about their ability to deal with them. And this was, of course, it was a much larger sample. There were 15,000 young people asked, and the age range is also different. They were between 18 and 24. And so just to, you know, for some thought, there were some young people were really very optimistic that technology will help generate new jobs, about 56% of the young people. However, there was also some pessimism and some more fears expressed on the impact of technology on the world of work. And so there were about 47% of young people who fear that they won't have access to permanent full-time jobs. Well, that's the trend due to digitalization. So this is just for you, you know, maybe this could be an idea for another project, perhaps for another target group, to work with this age group, or maybe, why not, perhaps you can do a project on the group of needs, which I mentioned before. So I think I have said all what I wanted to say. I'm really very happy to be here today, and I really would like to ask you to keep in touch, also with the agency, obviously. And yeah, so I stop here now. Well, if you have any questions, I will try to answer, but otherwise I have to leave pretty soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions?
Thank you very much, Aline, for your time and for your keynotes, particularly about your notes that you mentioned in your last points regarding the survey of young people. Actually, we're very much aware of this survey, and the results are one of the reasons that we addressed particularly the digital skills and the new and emerging jobs with our projects. This is why we tried to sensitize young people and career guidance professionals about the need for introducing these new generations to more digital type of jobs and the new skills that it would require in order to prepare them better for what we expect the future to look like. Actually, I'm taking the floor back, and I will make some presentation of the results that we have produced and the activities in this project. Although I already said a few words in the beginning, let me introduce myself properly. So my name is Nevena Rakovska, and I'm the coordinator of the Future Time Traveler project. I work for the Business Foundation for Education in the last 15 years, and with my colleagues we are very proud of what we produced so far in terms of results. Of course, as Aline mentioned, this is one of our initiatives. We work a lot in the topics of related to career guidance and lifelong learning and awareness of young people and adults about the future jobs. So the career skills as well. So these are topics that we work a lot in and produce different initiatives and innovative and useful tools. So just a few words about our partnership. Of course, we should say that this project is mutual effort, and it took 3 years to produce these results. It is a project that has been funded by the European Commission under the K3 Forward-Looking Cooperation Program. So it involves, except for the Business Foundation for Education, which is a leader in lifelong learning and career guidance in Bulgaria. And we've been involved in many European projects as well as national initiatives, such as the development of the national school career guidance curriculum, the establishment of career centers, training of career guidance professionals, and many more. We also have the pleasure of taking with us on the board a lot of professionals from all across Europe. So you see that our partnership involves 7 organizations. One of them is the Computer Technology Institute and Press Diophantus from Greece. These are the technical development partners. They are an organization which is supervised by the Greek Education Ministry of Education, and they're responsible for the training of teachers in the field of digital literacy and ICT policies. So we're very happy to implement the project with them because they hold the capacity and the innovative potential of creating this beautiful 3D learning environment that we have in our platform. We also have CHAPE, which is an Italian non-profit organization, which is very active in the field of European projects. They've been coordinating the Quality Apprenticeship European Network, and they participate actively in many set of communities and networks. We also have from Portugal the European Board for Certified Counselors. That is a European body for initial and continuing vocational education and credentialing of career guidance advisors. We are also glad that we involve the University of Łódź, which is a very well-recognized higher education provider in Poland, and actually it has gained a place in the university world university rankings. We also have the Innovation and Learning Institute in Germany. This is a central research institute that is based under the Friedrich Alexander University Erlangen-Nuremberg. So they are the university e-learning and assessment environments, and they are responsible for the innovative methodology that we have developed. And of course, last but not least, our friends and partners from Aspire Writing Group. They are the largest career and training organization in the region of Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. And as being a Euroguidance Center in the UK, they are part of a large European network that covers 34 countries. So let's say a few words about the project itself. As you see here, our project addresses 3 different target groups: the Generation Z, which is the current teenagers, the generation that has been already affected by the technological transformations and that will have new jobs that we hardly imagine now. Also the career guidance professionals, the policymakers, and you see how they we would like to address them with this project. Our project aimed at creating several results for each of these groups that we address. So to foster innovative thinking and future-oriented mindset of young people, to enhance the capacity of career guidance professionals and experts, as well as on policy level to give impetus to innovation and future-oriented career guidance policies. So to produce these results, we created the following products and results within our project. So we had the Future Time Traveler career platform, which is our main result. We also have contests for young people. These are on the first row that you see, just to follow the logic here. We have methodology for innovative game-based scenarios and career guidance, and also we organized an international competition for innovative career services, and so we collected them in an ebook of best practices. This is addressing the career guidance practitioners' needs and impact that we are looking for. And on policy level, we produced a policy report which contains the main messages, the results, and the impact assessment of our project. Let me briefly go through the activities that we had. It was an intensive period of work for us, these 3 years that have passed. So we are approaching the end of the project, which is actually finishing at the end of November. In the beginning of the project, we conducted a field research involving these target groups that you see on the screen and analyzing their needs. As well as we also had an exhaustive literature review that covered the most current and influential reports on job projections and labor market forecasts. So we see a number of studies that we have researched in order to find out how the future of work is going to look like. We produced a detailed policy mapping report, which identifies the main trends, the challenges, the existing good practices, and also the gaps in career guidance provision. So this content served as a basis for the future development of the time traveler scenarios and the platform. You see that it is available in 7 languages, so you can find it on our website. We presented the findings and the reports at policy seminars, which included more than 200 stakeholders, with the aim of sensitizing them about the recent challenges that we address with the project. We also elaborated a methodology for game-based learning and created 7 original game scenarios, which were incorporated in the innovative career platform that we developed. This is it. This very popular image. The platform is freely available in 7 languages so far. It has been used by more than 730 registered users. We also demonstrated the developed platform to more than 8,000 participants, and we conducted a broad information campaign which reached more than 80,000 individuals. So as part of this process, we also organized demonstration events and organized innovation workshops for game-based scenarios and career guidance. These activities inspired career guidance professionals across Europe to take part in a European competition organized as part of the project. We collected, as a result, 38 innovative career guidance tools from 13 countries, and the best of them have been included in an ebook of best practices for innovative game-based career services. Apart from this contest, we also had another one in parallel. It was addressing the young people. The Jobs of the Future contest involved young people from 13 to 19 years old, so students. And they submitted 93 great ideas about the new jobs that will emerge probably in the next years. We will present them in a while. So the 2 contests were, of course, very popular. They managed to attract public attention. We also put everything on the project website. You see that we achieved more than 8,000 users and 30,000 website views. So a lot of interest was attracted by the different kind of activities that we organized. You see now the project Facebook page, which is also quite active with more than 570 publications, which reach out over 80,000 individuals, and we have a large number of followers from more than 40 countries actually. So during the piloting and the exploitation process of our project, during the exploitation of the platform, we managed to reach more than 700 individuals and to ask them about their opinion, how well the platform is working and how effective it is. 85% of the users report very positive impact on career skills development. So the missions in the game allow young people to explore the future world, to understand the trends that will shape the future labor market, how the emerging jobs arise, what type of skills they will require. So a lot of interesting topics for bringing for young people, and it fosters, of course, decision making and future-oriented career mindset. We'll speak about the impact later on. The developed resources are freely available. They're put in a nice little reports that we managed to concisely summarize the results and put together all the important key messages and all the articles with their summary, of course. So it was a huge project, a lot of work, and we managed to produce a lot of pages of tons of information that is, of course, not possible to be put in 80 or 50 pages, but we managed to send our messages across. And these can be found on the Facebook page, on the project platform. Of course, if you have any questions, I will be very happy to answer, but let me first invite you to put your questions on the chat. We will have a particular session that is going to refer and address all the questions that you have. So at the end of our session today, we will have devoted time for replying to your inquiries and your questions. Now I'm giving the floor to my colleague Antonia Schorer from the Innovation and Learning Institute in Germany, who will present the methodology for the game-based scenarios, one of the main accomplishments and results of this project.
Thank you, Nevena. Good morning, everyone. My name is Antonia Schorer, and I'm a researcher at the Innovation and Learning Institute in Germany. During the project, we were responsible for the development of the methodology, the game-based scenarios, and the guidelines for the career guidance expert. Today, I would like to briefly introduce the future game-based approach to you. An important question today is why we have chosen a game-based approach in our pedagogical practice. The use of game-based learning approach in education brings a number of advantages. For example, it creates a highly engaging and immersive experience which fosters skills development. It enables learning about complex topics by providing a safe environment and allowing mistakes. And by playing computer games, playing computer games make it possible to increase self-motivation and to generate creativity, interest, and joyful emotions. They create the feeling of blissful and satisfying productivity and focus on able goals, and therefore giving better prospects for us. The combination of game mechanics and learning aspects has the potential to produce motivated, enthusiastic, focused, and interested learners who deal intensively with the corresponding learning content. They offer the opportunity to meet the conditions of today's young people and to make themselves heard in the mother tongue of the games generation. Educational games are an increasingly important medium to facilitate in-depth and sustainable learning. And furthermore, through the development of computer games, it is possible to change the world by solving real problems. In order to develop engaging and educative concepts in the context of career guidance, we have different game methods to choose from. Games can be in digital or traditional ways. They can be played indoors or outdoors by individuals or groups. They can follow competition-based or cooperative forms, and they can also demand different things from the player, like an active or passive role, or practical or reflected actions. These methods can be implemented in various ways. In general, we can define 5 types of games for competence development, like simulations, adventure games, role-play games, strategy games, and quizzes. And in accordance to the type of game, the focus is on different forms of learning, such as experience and immersion, problem solving and exploration, acting, discussing, and testing new approaches or testing. In the following graph, you can see examples of how these type of games can look in a traditional way in practice. We have, for example, the Carnival of Jobs, where students dress up in occupational costumes and prepare a presentation of their chosen job, or escape rooms, which can be designed by the students themselves, for example, and they create rooms with the help of various job-related puzzles, quizzes, and challenges, and which can only be left by solving these tasks. However, the question now arises how vocational guidance services can use these findings in their practice. How can experts and practitioners design their own career games? To address these issues, we have combined the top 10 skills for the future of the World Economic Forum with guidelines for the design of career games. These guidelines should help us to conceive, design, and create possible learning games and scenarios. In terms of complex problem solving, it is about adapting the challenges to the target group and the proposed learning objectives. Critical thinking should be promoted through opportunities for reflection, feedback, and debriefing of content. Creativity will be achieved by promoting proactive, independent activities to motivate and engage players. In terms of people management, the aim is to integrate challenges that require the cooperation of several actors. Coordination with others is enhanced by joint brainstorming, solution finding, and cooperation in general. In the case of emotional competence, the focus is on encouraging players to deal with the emotions triggered by success and failure. The ability to judge and make decisions is enhanced by deciding at an early stage which factors should determine judgment and decision-making in the game. For service orientation, tasks and learning intentions should be presented in a transparent and clear way. And in the area of negotiation, it makes sense to include elements in the game that encourage people to present and communicate themselves and their learning process. And finally, in the context of cognitive flexibility, it is about creating deliberate and unknown scenarios and environments that lead people to leave conventions and their comfort zones behind. But now let's talk about the Future Time Traveler and our game-based learning approach. The Future Time Traveler is a European innovation through the unique combination of the following elements. It is a highly interactive learning environment in a 3D virtual world. It consists of innovative game-based scenarios and methodology which are individually developed for the platform. The gameplay is influenced by the use of elements from adventure games, escape rooms, treasure hunts, and web quests. And the platform deals with the topics of career skills, future jobs, labor market transformation, and social change. And the scenarios integrate information from a variety of resources that have been translated into learning tasks. An important part of our game-based approach are the 2 non-player characters, Hare, the robot, and Aeon, the librarian. In order to intensify the game experience and increase the learning effect, it is important to develop learning partners for the player who give important hints, explanations, and feedback. These NPCs guide the player through the game and give him the information he needs to complete the tasks. Our game begins in 2020 when the player finds out about the arrival of a time machine in the local library and is given the task of acting as an ambassador for the future. correctly sorting different sources of information about future jobs, the player teleports to the year 2050 with the help of the time machine. There, the player takes part in several missions to test his knowledge about the future of work, explores future jobs, and defines the skills and competences they require. He also investigates the future of work. That means which jobs will remain, change, or disappear in the future. Before the player
For Nevena.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. It was just a short technical break that we experienced here with our Wi-Fi, but now I believe it's okay. So thank you, Antonio, for presenting the methodology. And we are now going to just let me share my screen, sorry. So now we take a look at our friends in Greece, Catherine Christodoulou and Andreas Malas. I always have some problems with the name of Catherine. I apologize for this. They're our colleagues from the Computer and Technology Institute of Diophantos in Greece, who have been mainly the main responsible actors for developing our beautiful platform in the 3D virtual world. I'm giving the floor now to Catherine to say some words for the platform and to present it.
Thank you, Nevena. Good morning, everybody. My name is Catherine Christodoulou. Yes, I know it's a difficult surname, long. And I represent, together with my colleague Andreas Malas, Computer Technology Institute and Press, Diophantos, in short CTI, located in Patras, Greece. As Nevena mentioned before, CTI participated in Future Project as an ICT partner. So for that reason, we have designed and developed the Future 3D Virtual World Platform. So today we will show you the technical part of this 3D platform. And for that reason, we have created a very short video in where Andreas explains the main technical feature of the Future 3D Virtual World Platform, along with its innovative aspects. So let's see it. Thank you again.
Future Time Traveler is a 3D virtual world designed with a lot of innovative technical features. It is built with OpenSimulator, a free, open-source 3D application server that allows the creation of 3D virtual worlds. It has a simple and familiar user registration process. Traditionally, OpenSimulator's built-in method requires that each user requests from the administrator to create their account. But we are using a custom web page for user account registration, and each user can instantly create their account. A unique and innovative feature is the platform's multilingual support. Future Virtual World supports 7 languages in the same environment. Players choose the language in-world through an intuitive selection process where they choose the corresponding flag, and all the interactions occur naturally in their language. Open Simulator is an online multiplayer platform that allows players to socialize with other players and share their experiences of the future virtual world. Players can interact through chat messages and real-time voice communication. The future virtual world supports avatar personalization. Players can choose from a set of predefined avatar appearances and they can further customize their avatar look to their liking, increasing the player's immersion. Players can freely explore the virtual world and play while simultaneously learning. The virtual world naturally integrates learning content and gameplay. Players have the opportunity to learn while engaging in fun activities in missions about the present and the future. Information about the future project is spread throughout the world that the players can choose to read. Missions incorporate characters that are controlled by the game called non-player characters, in short, NPCs. We have developed scripts that incorporate into the virtual world quizzes that are scattered throughout the missions. Players must answer the quizzes correctly to progress to the next mission. Quizzes provide real-time feedback to the user regarding their answers to allow the players to learn from the mistakes. The player must complete each mission before a time threshold elapses. Time limits provide a fun and competitive aspect to the virtual world, further engaging the players. With the use of a time machine, players can experience what was only possible in movies, a journey to the future, a possibly once-in-a-lifetime experience. They are teleporting from one mission to another as well as from the current world to the future world. Players have the opportunity to experience a vision of the future, as the future team has envisioned, and interact with a futuristic environment. The future environment includes innovative structures that are floating into the air, as well as novel equipment and furniture. The glimpse into the future that the virtual world provides can help users identify their ideal occupation and motivate them to achieve it. We have created an immersive environment with great attention to detail to enhance the feeling of real-life simulation. NPCs guide players in their journey as well as educate them about the future world of employment. The inclusion of other web services into the virtual world, as FutureMe.org and contests that run through the project's lifetime, provides a diverse experience to the players, making the virtual world more fun and engaging.
Thank you, Andres, for producing this lovely video that demonstrates our platform. I believe it was one of the most interesting parts of the presentation today, because you cannot see each day such an accomplishment, and I believe it was a great success of our project that we have managed to incorporate all these details to present all the ideas that we had, all the content that we collected, and to put playability and some game elements into this learning environment, so that young people would at the same time have fun and also learn about the jobs of the future. Now I would like to give the floor to our partners from Portugal, Mariana Paterna Dias from the European Board for certified counselors will speak about the application of this platform, the Future Time Traveler platform, how these scenarios that we have produced could be implemented in the process of career guidance, what kind of approaches does the platform allow, and how it can be implemented by the career guidance practitioners in their work. So welcome, Mariana, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Nuvena. I'm Mariana Paterna Dias, and I represent European Boards for Certified Counselors from Portugal. And I will talk about the missions about Future Time Traveler platform. So the Future Time Travel platform aims at fostering innovative thinking and future-oriented mindset among young people from Generation Z, and helping them to better understand the new trends that shape the future world of work, the emerging jobs, and the skills required to succeed in a fast changing labor market. Based around a futuristic game-based scenario in 3D virtual environment, the platform offers a variety of application in the process of career guidance. So the platform can be integrated in several forms of training, okay, being suitable for different learning styles and goals, and is accessible in 7 languages. The missions can be accomplished individual in career sessions or even at home. The 7 missions can be used as a springboard for discussions, research projects, reflections, and creative tasks. Now I want to talk about the different missions. Mission 1, Time Machine, the first mission of the game, Time Machine, takes place in the library, where the player is invited to explore and sort out through several information sources to find the most credible ones about the trends of the future world of work. The game player is invited to review and classify a list of books based on different types and to identify credible sources of information about labor market and emerging jobs. So once the first mission is complete, the game players are to simulate the youth critical thinking in relation to the skills most needed to perform specific jobs in the future. About mission number 4, detective in the future. Being a detective in the future is the core of the mission. Analyze the fate of different job types, discuss the factors behind job transformations, and explore potential scenarios for traditional jobs. So in this mission, platform users are asked to sort jobs in 3 different categories: jobs that will still exist in the future, jobs that will be automatized and totally transformed by technology, and jobs that will disappear and be replaced by robots. The players' awareness of the social challenge of digitations and their positive attitude towards the future is obtained on this 4th mission. In mission number 5, Message to Humanity, platform users are invited to reflect on the impact of transformations on society and labor market. The platform users have already gained insight on how the future will look like and are invited to send a message to the humanity in the 5th mission of the game. In mission 6, Jobs of the Future, back to 2020, the platform users were invited to take part in a contest about the jobs of the future by preparing a short original presentation, essay, or video about a job of the future that does not exist yet. The players are also supported in their creative innovation and entrepreneurial spirits applied to the career decision making process, choices, and opportunities during this 6th mission. The future career game ends in mission number 7 with a self-reflective task that will allow the platform users to send a message to their future self. This mission allows the users to process all the information they have assimilated throughout the game and to draw their own conclusions and personal insights to their future selves. The game ends with the players being willing to assume their own responsibility and recognize not only the need for cooperation, but also an active role in shaping their own lives. Thank you so much for your attention. Back to you, Nevena.
Thank you for your presentation, Mariana. It really gives insight of the game and how it can be applied. You see across all these slides that Mariana presented, different ideas related to activities that can be that can accompany your career guidance process. So apart from using the highly innovative game that was presented to you before, you can also combine these offline tasks, which include discussion, different kind of tasks, games, different project types, group activities, etc., self-reflecting tasks, as Mariana mentioned, into the process of career guidance and helping young people to better understand what they would like to do, how their interests and aptitudes relate to the newly emerging jobs, what kind of further development they would need to proceed, and what kind of career opportunities will arise from the future. So you see different applications that may be combined with the career platform that we have developed. And now I would like to invite our partner from the United Kingdom, Felix, who will speak about the career services for the future, which is actually a presentation of the best practices that we have managed to collect within the European competition for innovative career guidance tools. As you probably remember, in the beginning, I mentioned that after developing this methodology for game-based resources and after putting this in practice, into incorporating it actually in our platform, we distributed disseminated it widely across career guidance practitioners, and we gave them the stimulus, the inspiration for developing their own tools and for participating in the European competition to show us what they're capable of, their creativity, their innovative spirit. So Felix, I will give you the floor now to inspire us further with the beautiful, the great tools that we managed to collect within this competition.
Thank you very much. Just to introduce myself once again, my name is Felix J. Prince Kankwamba. I work at Aspire iGen in Bradford, West Yorkshire, and we're a Euro Guidance Centre. Just the Future Time Traveller project has been so innovative for ourselves, and the products and the resources which it's created. I think, especially now that we're living in the days of COVID-19, it is always imperative to bring best practices to the forefront of us as career guidance professionals. So we had over 38 tools which were distributed to us from 13 different countries. These were innovative tools ranging from board games, digital tools, to actually just a one-to-one basis of tuition. So we'll be going through a few of these innovative ideas. There will be 3 of them that we'll be going through from each one of our partner countries. So the first one is from our Bulgarian partners. So we had Transformica coaching cards, the Creative Career Guidance Toolbox, and My Career Path. Transformica coaching cards is very important to us and to the Bulgarian partner, as it's an award-winning tool. It uses powerful questions to foster creativity and reflection on 32 topics related to personal and professional growth. The Creative Career Guidance Toolbox is a self-awareness personal career planning tool. It is based on experimental learning and 3 components: method cards, personal development, and a Canva and a coaching kit. My Career Path is a board game which is related and related activities and questionnaires that supports young people from the ages of 14 to 21-year-olds in making a profile of the most suitable careers for them and in developing their strengths and talents. I think I really like My Career Path because at the core of it is that when we're talking about career education from the ages of 13 to 14 are those opportunities which young people are thinking very directly about their future. They're thinking about things that they like and they enjoy. And by the time you get to 21, you are now in the world of work. You may have gone through the education system. And sometimes there is not clarity enough for young people. So a tool which allows them to see their development at each stage from 14 all the way to 21-year-olds, and those profiles gives them that opportunity. From our partner in Greece, we had educational drama in the service of career counseling, painting the jobs of the future, a different Scrabble with career words. And what I really like about this is these products and these tools, especially from our Greek partner, is that they're not rooted in digital technology. They are rooted in activities which young people are already involved in, especially in educational drama in the service of career counseling. It's an international research which has been conducted to study the impact of experimental method drama training in developing decision-making skills and in career choices. Just to tell you a little bit about myself personally, is that I went to drama school for a few years, and that allowed me to see the formation of some key core skills, soft skills that I'm now using in the basis of this presentation. I think if I didn't go through drama school, I think I would be more nervous than I am right now. But it's those soft skills which allow young people to see their future. Painting the job of the future is that our young people are digitally natives, and in that digital native world, they are creative in their ability to communicate. And painting the jobs of the future gives them this opportunity to really put themselves in that world. So it is predominantly focused on children. So the children paint with brushes and colors on large measures of paper, the professions that they imagine they would exist in the future. They work together as a team, exchanging ideas, suggesting jobs of the future and how they'll be displayed on paper. A different Scrabble is really important, as words do matter. Scrabble is a classic word game, but it was adapted to relate to the career service. Each child would draw 7 letters plates at random and try to make use of the letter to career-related words. So again, it's getting those young people to really use their minds, not just only in a digital world, but in real world practice as well. Moving on, my Italian is very shady, so unfortunately my pronunciation would not be as good as my Italian partner. But in first place, we had a unique social company, which is a publishing house for children managed together with people with intellectual disabilities, primarily trained and supported by professionals. The collective writing courses, media education and business management help to improve the quality of life of the individual and the community. That social company is quite important to myself, as I used to work in the disability service. And what usually occurs, and I've seen across universities, is that we implement so many measures to allow inclusion, but inclusion also includes tools and resources which help these young people, these people with disabilities, feel that they're all included in the world of work, in the development of the skills to really put them there. In second place, we had Vocation Story. This is aimed at teenagers in a view to combine their professional and personal vocations with their talents in order for them to be able to outline a strategy for improving their skills and line with their desires. We also have Harmonia Save the Guardians. It's a gamified app designed to increase young people's awareness around the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals set for the Agenda 2030 and promote responsible behavior and respectful environment. When we talk about future, we really need to talk about sustainability and how that needs to be at the core of not just only these projects that we create, but in the jobs of the future and how we teach our young people. As we know, climate change is very real right now, as well as exacerbating just COVID-19. So getting these young people to really understand the sustainable goals of the future and how they can play a part in it and how they can create jobs in it gives them the opportunity to also see them be change makers, not just only workers and people who go into different professions. Going into our next slide. So from our Portuguese partner, we had Talent Trivia Game. It tends to work on an intrinsic concept in a relaxed and direct way, helping users recognize their essential competencies and acknowledging their talents. We had Include, which is a digital game for promoting soft skills in at-risk youth, created by Nuno Lopez. It is a digital adventure game for career and professional development professionals working with young people aged 14 to 21-year-old at risk of dropout and social inclusion. I think this is really important as the countries that we have partnered with, we have very young populations in our regional areas, and some of them are at risk of not seeing their futures in education, and having an app and having a platform which allows them to see that there's different methods to gain skills, and that the skills that they use in their everyday interactions are skills that they can use in their digital future. So from the first moment, our keynote speaker said that, you know, she has a 16-year-old son who has digital skills in being on the computer, being on Instagram. A lot of my friends and myself are on Instagram, but until recently, I've not realized how that can play a part in my professional development, in how I communicate, and allowing these young people who are at risk to see that they already have the skills, to already see that they have the future, gives them the opportunity to really develop their skills. And we also had Orientate, which is a educational project for personal and vocational development with the use of cinema, seeking to explore the impact of cinema, enhancing the development of adolescents on vocational, personal, creative, and social levels. I always believe that art is there to educate. And when you incorporate it with the career guidance, it really opens the eyes to see that there's a variety of careers that you can go through, which are professional, which are creative. And what we need to do continuously is give these young people the options to see that there's a variety of the world of work, and especially as they go into the future. So in this one, we had our German and our Polish partner with these best practices as well. In Germany, we had the initiative of Biz Counseling and Education Center. This helps young people find what's interesting at education and careers fairs, opening up self-assessment tools. Visitors receive a personal generated code and a hall map to guide them to the stands where they can find the most suitable career and education options which correspond to their interests. When I've only come out of university, actually last year I was doing my master's, but before that, being an undergrad student, I would go to a lot of career fairs and a lot of these education fairs, and there would be such a free, and it can be overwhelming for young people. This career check with a personal indoor education at education fairs is that it really hones in on what the young people really see themselves and the talents and the competencies that they have. And then in in the realm of this education fair, instead of just wandering to each and every store, they know where they can directly go to find the information which will help their future. We also had the Ariston Vocational Aptitude Test, which helps find out which profession suits young people. That was also another best practice. In Poland, we had Mapa Career, which is the career map in English. It's a free tool supporting the implementation of topics in the field of education and vocational counseling at school. It includes a database of over 500 professions and ideas for classes from kindergarten to the final exams. And I think what I really like about the career map is that just the formation of a program from kindergarten all the way to final exams. As we're seeing increasingly that young people are not just digital natives from 13 to 21-year-olds, they are digital natives from the time they are two-year-old. I've got a nephew who's a whiz on my iPad, and I'm always wondering what was I doing at that age, and all I can say is I was probably playing with a ball. So for these young children from the ages of 2 to be digital natives and know how to navigate this realm of this digital world, is that we need to give them the tools from an early age to see that they can continuously to develop these skills to make them have a greater future. And we also have from the UK, we had Pajango, which uses experimental learning, both offline and online, that connects learning to life and equips young people with practical knowledge, skills, and experiences to find their purpose and fulfill their potential. And for me, it's really important that when we're talking to young people, we're talking about what do they see their purpose to be. It's great to have a career, and I'm very happy to have the career that I have that right now, but it gives me more purpose with the things that I do. So being able to speak to an array of people from different nations about the impact of game-based learning, about career guidance, that is something which gives me purpose, so when we implement this in the learning of young people, that it's not just only about careers, it's about the career which gives you purpose, which gives you the ability to see a future which you imagined. We also have Get Career Confident, which is a brand new free career guidance program supporting students, their parents, careers, and carers and teachers in Brighton in the UK. It offers a bespoke one-to-one career advice sessions, especially curated lesson materials and targeted social media content. As we know, our young people are social media natives. They can be on Instagram, they can be on Twitter, and all of these different means of communication, and really hitting home and creating content which hits them where they're at creates a lot of impact. And moving on to Impact Games, it uses games making as a tool for mentoring and young people development. It helps young people grow in confidence, meet new friends, create computer games, and learn ICT skills. Again, I think a lot of young people play a lot of computer games, and giving them the skills, the ability to learn how to code and how to create these games gives them more digital skills, but the ability to see that the games that they play have a technical know-how which they can implement themselves. Also, with the best practices, we went to a European-wide basis. We just didn't want to just make sure that we had best practices from our partner countries. We wanted to open it up to the rest of Europe and see what innovative tools that they have. So from Finland, we had Open Tori, which is a popular 24/7 career guidance platform. It's a multi-channel guidance service reaching people of all ages, socioeconomic status, or place of residence. Hundreds of people use the service every month, and the customer satisfaction rate is 93%. The service is easy and comfortable to use, and it can be used anonymously. People can use smart help, chat box, leave messages in different ways, social media, or call or come to meet to counselors face to face. The use of the digital platform has changed the work of counselors and taken the guidance service and customer satisfaction up to date in Finland. In second place, we had Making Better Decisions from Israel. It is a free anonymous self-help site that helps the individuals to make better career decisions. The goal is achieved by increasing the individual's career decision-making readiness, promoting awareness of the individual's decision-making, guiding the individual through a systematic 3-page process that reduces the complexity of the process and the information overload that can happen when we're talking about career guidance. And the final one was What You Do from Austria, which is a next generation career orientation platform for job starters from 14 to 30, which helps users to find their calling and a job with 3 key skills. I'm in that age group of 14 to 30, and all these tools and all the tools that I've talked about, I think are very important as we are now in the era of COVID-19. And some of these are very innovative in the sense that they are digital tools, but they also have the basis of meeting one-to-one, of really interacting with young people and all those age groups that we have. So all these 38 tools are available on our Facebook and our website. And if you want to get more information, just click on the links. I think they will be available after this meeting. But just thank you so much for listening to this part. And I really hope that you have the opportunity to see these tools and really implement them in your working, because, you know, as we're really living in this era where we are becoming all digital natives, as we're seeing right now, as we're all communicating through Zoom, is that the more that we know about the tools that are available, the more that we can impact young people. So just passing it back on to Nevena, and thank you so much for taking the time to listen.
Thank you very much, Felix, for your very detailed information about each of the awarded best practices that we have collected. As already mentioned, we have received 38 great tools, and each of them is properly and in a detailed way presented on the website and on Facebook. So we are proud that we managed to inspire young professionals to create so many and to present so many good tools. You can take advantage of everything that is shared, and many of them are approaches that are ready to be taken and implemented into your practice. And now I'm moving to another contest that we organized as part of our future project. This was especially addressing the other target group, our end users, namely the people from the age group 13-19 or the Generation Z. So as already mentioned, we organized in parallel 2 contests. So one of them was the one that Felix just presented to you. It was the European innovative competition for professionals. And now we have another innovative contest for young people that is called the Jobs of the Future. We created a time capsule, a sort of digital time capsule, which is on our website, and it contains 93 ideas received from young people in the age group of 13 to 18 to 19 years old. That presented a lot of great ideas, visionary ideas, and very creative ones about how they imagine the future jobs that might just emerge in a couple of years or just tomorrow. So I'm in the same manner, I am going to present the best practices and the best ideas that we awarded. Please know that we managed to attract 62 essays, 30 presentations, and 1 video, and they have been awarded for their innovativeness and for their complete description. So young people explain why these professions would emerge, how they will look like, what kind of skills they would require, and what kind of task they will probably involve. So you see the good ideas that we awarded in Bulgaria. We also have some special awards that have been given to particularly most active participants that contributed with more than one idea or that have attracted many likes in the Facebook page. So we see the space-time travel coordinator, the space ecologist, and high-tech halting expert. The majority of Bulgarian participants addressed the technological developments which affected the work, automated jobs, the space exploration, the high-tech jobs, as well as jobs that have some ecological impact, and explore the transformation of traditional jobs. Now I'm moving to the partners from Germany who managed to attract a lot of interesting ideas. Some of them that have been awarded are the waste mountain detoxifier, the MediControl agents, and the autonomous vehicle controller. You will see these ideas coming across the different countries. We have different ideas that not all of them it was not possible to award all of them, but so we, as I explained before, we awarded those that have more details in the explanation that was just properly justified and that explained the rationale behind each of the jobs and how they were related to the future needs of the society and to the transformations that we witness now. We see the awarded ideas that came from Greece. The first place was the gardener on planet Mars. Maybe it was inspired from the movie, I don't know. The creator of augmented reality travels and the air traffic policeman that will check flying cars if they follow the rules. Here, the three awarded jobs that came from Italy: the humanoid robot designer, the perpetual motion designer, and the inventor of futuristic means of transportation. In brief, the majority of the Greek, German, and Italian contest participants proposed existing jobs that have been modified to serve the needs of the future world. And then consider the main socio-economical trends like the green economy, sustainability, technology, automation, and work-life balance. So for young people, as you see, robotics, artificial intelligence, and autonomy are integral part of the future careers. Now you see the awarded ideas that came from Poland. Let me say that in Bulgaria, in Poland, and in Portugal, we had particularly very tough competition because young people, we managed to attract more than 25 ideas in each of these countries. So we had a lot of great ideas, and we were just wondering how to measure which of them was more creative and most interesting. As you see, many of them are very specific, like the medical nanorobot pilot. We have also a space football player on the second place, and on third, cyber molecular chef. So most of the participants in Poland formulated jobs that are in the field of automation, robotics, artificial intelligence, and also some of the proposals have been inspired by science fiction. Also, nature conservation issues were very important for young people. This confirms their openness for the future and their awareness of the challenges that have been ahead for humanity. Now you see the awarded three ideas that came from Portugal out of 22 ideas that have been submitted in the competition. So the most Portuguese participants presented jobs in the future related to the green economy and the use of creativity, technology, and artificial intelligence as well. You see the awarded best practices, environmental police, surgeon robot, and developer of nanobiotic and biomechanical robots. Moving to the UK, we have now in the first place microrobotic surgeon, clear air fireman on second place, and makeup software maintenance and makeup design manufacturer. So the young people in the UK who have entered the competition also have demonstrated a high level of awareness of the changes to the labor market in the next decades. And the main trends that have been explored by the young people are related to current jobs and products that have been expanded by the utilization of digital technologies. Well, just let me say that we received so many interesting ideas, 93 as mentioned before, that I would like just to briefly mention some of the most interesting that were not awarded because they were too short or just sketched, but they're very important as we see how the projections from scientific authors or just fiction authors came to reality now. We may imagine that most of these jobs will happen very soon. So some examples of future jobs with environmental impacts that young people are aware of are, for example, clear air farmer, ozone layer tailor, subaquatologist, which is a new word for deep ocean explorer, idea that came from Germany, terraformer, or guides to areas that are not anymore accessible due to the climate changes, trash collector robot, waste mountain detoxifier, upcycling designer as well. We also see how young people reflect on the transformations that come to the world of work and how jobs are affected by technology. So many of them submitted different ideas about ethical jobs that deal with this topic. Some of them, for example, are ethical evaluator of scientific discoveries, which is a very interesting new job that might very soon come into reality, and ethical technology advocate. Some jobs related to future transportation, like, for example, inventor of futuristic means of transport, drone manager, autonomous vehicle controller, or hypersonic trained pilots. Another area that attracted many job future job ideas was medicine, of course. So one of some parts of the ideas that we didn't manage to award in a proper way, but they were interesting anyway. So I'd like to mention are all-knowing doctor, personal health analyst, which is a completely automated job, which will be performed by high-tech gadgets, painless dentist, genetic manipulator, human tissue and organ developer, personal memory retriever, and mental transfer specialist. We also received a lot of ideas related to human-related jobs like multicultural psychiatrist, talent transformer, smokers, hypnotists, specialist in artificially created foods, and visual stylists. Another type of the jobs were very visionary and related to space exploration, to, for example, astro engineer and moon construction worker, and others like interplanetary policeman and galaxy portier. Also professionals that will be working with artificial intelligence, like, for example, artificial intelligence psychiatrists, or called otherwise device therapists, man-machine teaming manager, programmer of agricultural automation machines, and a robot tamer, as well as cyber dog trainer. Other interesting jobs that cannot be categorized that easily are, for example, cat language translator, plant list breeder, which is a person caring for laboratory-based genetically modified species, and dark energy refiner. You see a lot of them are so interesting that you need to take a detailed look at each of them. I guess that young people, as they see such an example of a lot of ideas, will come with many other solutions and other innovative ideas as well. So this was an interesting part of our project. It took 6 months to collect all these good practices and ideas from young people and from professionals. This was a heavy period of exploitation of our future platform. And now I would like to invite our colleague from the University of Lodz, Piotr Czerwonka, who will share with us what the results were from this exploitation process. We've been dealing with 3 different target groups that have been heavily involved since the beginning till the end of the project in most of our activities. And let us see what kind of project impact they have reported to be achieved by our initiative. So the floor is yours, Piotr.
Good morning. My name is Piotr Czerwonka. I represent the Department of Computer Science at the University of Lodz. And in the project, I'm responsible for assessing the impact of the platform on the issue of career guidance. The Future Time Traveler project is addressed mainly to young people of Generation Z who face the great challenges related to changes in the image of the world that are taking place before our eyes, and thus the challenges of the labor market of the future. Not only in our opinion, young people can more easily meet these challenges if they are supported by career guidance experts equipped with right appropriate tools. We wanted to know the answer to the question whether the Future Time Traveler project is such a toolkit. In order to answer this question in a credible way, we wanted to obtain information about the current situation regarding career guidance landscape. Yeah, thank you. In the early phase of the project, both from experts and young people, we were interested in learning about real problems and challenges young people and experts have to face, so that we could better address them. We also wanted our platform to be as good as possible, so we verified its functionality during the pilot implementation, which allowed us to implement important improvements to the platform. Of course, we were eager to know to what extent the final version of our platform meets its goals. To answer this question, we presented our approach to a wide audience, both to career guidance experts, policymakers, and young people from Generation Z, and asked them to what extent Future Time Traveler can positively influence the issues related to the approach to career guidance. At this chart, we can see the number of participants during each phase. Maybe the second phase, the piloting, is the smallest one, but a lot of work had to be done at this stage so we could move further. The responses we received from during the needs research were very interesting. Young people were aware of the challenges facing their future in the labor market. As many as 88% of young people said that it's important to be informed about the jobs of the future and the changes in the world of work. Most of young people already had plans for the future, but almost half of them had no possibility to learn about it. As you can expect, young people mainly look for answers to their questions on the internet. The same would be in this case with changes in the labor market. Unfortunately, only 34% say that they are aware of credible sources of information about labor market trends. The thing that struck us, especially after analyzing the answers to the questions, was that discrepancy between young people's perception of their knowledge of the labor market and the way experts look at it. 7% of young people feel well informed and 51% rather informed about jobs of the future and the changes in the world of work. In contrast, only 21% of career practitioners and 31% of experts agree young people are well informed. And we can see the exact discrepancy in this perception, in the perception of this fact in this chart. The darker bars represent the answers of experts and policymakers. So experts think that young people has to learn about the future, and young people think that they know rather well what the future will be. Okay. Experts also noticed the challenges facing their professional group, especially the need to improve their ability to apply digital tools to meet the needs of young people and capacity to create new tools. So far, career guidance practitioners develop these competences through self-directed learning and on the go in the practice. In the research, experts also stressed the necessity of creating platforms that would adequately provide information on how to work with young people on the topic of career development. For example, like Future Time Traveler platform. We presented our approach to a wide audience, both to career guidance specialists and young people from Generation Z. In the case of both groups, a small part of the answer comes from the early pilot implementation of the platform. during which we collected additional information on the functioning of the platform in order to refine it as well as possible to improve it. We ask all to express an opinion to what extent the platform emphasizes the importance of competencies relevant to future career development and to what extent it develops them. We did this by asking 9 questions leading to 9 competencies. In addition, people who had the opportunity at this stage not only to observe but also to play the game had to fill out an extremely extensive form. This allowed us to make some important improvements in the game, such as adjusting the length of some text or changing the difficulty level of mission. 80% of people who participated in the pilot implementation shared a positive experience. As you can expect, the comments of remaining 20% were largely taken into account. During the entire project period, we managed to obtain more than 700 complete individual opinions regarding the platform. We received most answers from platform participants from Generation Z, so from young people. A total of almost 500 responses came from young people who completed the entire adventure. That's very important on our platform. It consisted of 81 people who participated in the pilot implementation and 402 players who could use the platform after its completion. We also were able to get answers from 225 experts for whom career guidance is a profession, passion, and challenge. The feedback we received from these 2 groups allows us to assess the impact of design platform from 2 perspectives. Young people facing the challenge of future work and ahead of whom the future is just opening, and people experienced in life and profession who want to support young people in their challenge. The question we asked in the evaluation questionnaire allowed us to address 9 important skills that are essential for building a credible image of future and consciously planning a career. Based on the study, we can determine that the consortium approach to using the virtual world and embedding scenario-based game mechanics has been well received by young people and the professionals. More than 85% of all users agreed that on the positive impact of the future-oriented skills development and cultivating the future-oriented mindset. Comments and observations show that young people were better and concentrating on the technological aspects of tasks and were able to identify them, and to a lesser extent reacted to the subject of distant issues related to their career and to future. It can also mean a hunger and the need to guarantee support while going through the cognitive process. In the opinion regarding the possibility of using the platform in own work, it was equally important to us. Over 90% of young people would like to play our game at school, and with no less enthusiasm with friends or as homework, and 96% of experts are ready to recommend it to other professionals. In addition to quantitative data, we received a lot of qualitative feedback in the form of comments or during discussions at demo events, as well as from experts and from young people. And I would like to share a few of them with you. Through the future games, students will acquire the skills needed to decide on professions to pursue. I would say that this game will be a starting point for students to reflect on the future. The voice from Greece. The platform provides career guidance counselors a very friendly environment to introduce young people to the world of future jobs. Poland. The game offers a basis for teaching on the topic of vocational orientation in a creative way. Not only does it offer an application-oriented opportunity for students to critically examine their own career choice, but it also brings up the topic of social change. Young people find it interesting to work on the topic in a game-based way. Germany. It revealed that there is a space and potential in applying tech and digital skills to various learning environments, also the non-formal and informal ones. Italy. The game is interesting and futuristic, providing young people with useful information about new perspectives for professional areas in a contemporary and innovative world. Thank you, Portugal. And Bulgaria, a very successful reminder that the career guidance needs to forward to the future and to support young people and adults to develop their skills for facing the unknown, not to be afraid of it and use it as a source of inspiration and creativity. A journey to the future of the career guidance or project is just on time because the future is already there. And the last but not least, from Students UK, I played this game at Yorkshire Game Festival. It was the best game there, thank you. This was cool to play. I want to be a games developer. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Piotr, for presenting the results of our efforts in this 3 years period. You know that we are a little bit behind of the schedule that we projected in the beginning, but we apologize if it takes a little bit more. And we thank you for continuing to listen to our presentation. Now, one of the final slides would come from our colleague from Italy, Irene De Laurentiis, who is going to present to us the key policy messages that came out of this wonderful initiative that with this journey that we have taken. So welcome, Irene.
Thank you, Nevena. Hello, everybody. My name is Irene De Laurentiis. I'm a European project manager and researcher at CHAPE, the Italian Center for Permanent Learning. And I'm responsible for the social inclusion area at CHAPE. I will briefly introduce you the lessons learned during the project implementation phase from a policy point of view, since CHAPE has been leading the project policy studies and the formulation of the policy messages. Well, I guess all of us agree on the fact that career guidance was a holistic mission. Generation Z is the backbone of the fourth industrial revolution, and in this highly competitive and diverse and still more automated working environment, need to develop and demonstrate a wide spectrum of competencies and knowledge. A big part of this generation will be employed or of the gig economy. They will need to adapt to the changing job realities and to design their own new types of jobs. For this, they need a wide skill set than those produced by the traditional education systems. However, the topics related to the jobs and skills transformation are not adequately addressed, and young people are not familiar with their future. Education systems need also to improve their communication with the labor market in order to prevent skill gaps. Digital change demands social change. Young people should become aware of the jobs of the future and avoid preferring traditional jobs in risk of automation. Young people are more willing to explore ready-to-use information, online tools and guidance methods. However, the existing online content is not adapted for the agile young learners, and traditional counseling still prevail. As confirmed by their experience, there is a vast need to develop and support career guidance innovation through multiple initiatives and projects, which produce practical online tools, mobile and online apps, information platforms, and other future-looking tools. These tools are more able to respond to the demand of younger generation for a more up-to-date approach. Also true that career practitioners need to develop skills to better work with digital clients, to improve their communication methods and the use of e-tools. They also need to deepen their understanding about the global trends on contemporary labor market and the impact of technology in this sector. In order to do so, national stakeholders and policy actors in career guidance and training should invest in training of practitioners, both at the regional and local levels. More resources and greater national funding could help further develop practitioner skills and capacity for innovation. Societies have to rethink their vision about education and training, and equip citizens from all ages with the skills for the futures. The topics related to job transformation, labor market, career skills, and employability should be better addressed in curricula. Education systems will need to evolve for a changed workplace, with policymakers working with education providers to improve basic skills in the STEAM fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and put a new emphasis on creativity as well as on critical thinking. As recalled by Ms. Aline Jurges and stated within the News Agenda for Europe, it is important to go beyond the immediate needs of the labor market and to focus also on those aspects of education which are suitable to drive innovation, entrepreneurship, and creativity, but also to develop active citizens. As Nevena said, all developed resources will be freely available in 7 languages until the end of 2023. They are widely promoted across relevant stakeholders and network of practitioners and users. The partners have improved their know-how and integrated their teaching curriculum, be utilized in development of new game-based and career guidance approaches, addressing the skills for the future. Additionally, last but not least, 3 of the project partners, including CHAPE, have already started working on another project called CRAFT. CRAFT is the acronym for co-working in rural areas to prepare young people for the future trends. The new initiative will build upon the platform created by Future and develop 3 new learning scenarios, borrowing the Future's learning approach, which is a game-based one. Thanks for your attention. I give back the floor to Nevena.
Thank you very much, Irene, for presenting our key messages. Well, I would like to make one other point. Well, as we see that we already received some questions on the chat, you can receive more information regarding our project results on our website and on our Facebook page. So stay tuned for more information about our initiatives that will continue in the great future. Well, you know that in this volatile environment of social transformation and automation and dynamically changing job landscape, it is expected that half of the jobs and the workforce will be changed, so they will need to soon upskill in order to remain active. So if we have to formulate only one message in order to take something out of this project and with this event, it will be this: never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. As soon as we believe that we find the answer, the life changes the questions. So as the futurist Jacob Morgan argues, when we ask what the future of work is, we actually make two very false assumptions, which is that one of them is that there is only one possible future, and the other one is that we have to be prepared and to learn about it and just wait for it to happen. While the right question to ask is, what kind of future do we want actually, and how to build it? This is our main message from this future project. We believe that you will stay active and you will take out of this event today a lot of inspiring ideas. We will contact you individually via the email with invitation to fill in a very short feedback just to give us an idea of the takeouts from this event for you. It will take just 1 minute to accomplish. So thank you once again for your time, for your activity, and for following our projects. We hope that it has been useful for you. If someone has questions, we are of course online and we can respond immediately. So I wish you all a good day and stay safe.
Maybe.
Okay, I see now that we have
I'm sorry.
our colleagues
Can you
from
hear
the
me?
yes, we can hear you. Yes. This is our
Okay.
This is our colleague Krasimir from the Bulgarian Euroguidance Agency. Kasi, I'm very glad that you're here.
My internet is very unstable and I cannot hear you very well. But can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. I would like to say some words again of this interesting webinar, if I can. Hello.
Yes. We hear you very well, Krasi.
Hello to everyone. Okay, perfect. My name is Krasimira Dimitrova and I'm an Euroguidance coordinator in Bulgaria. Euroguidance Bulgaria has a long and very fruitful cooperation with the Business Foundation for Education, whose innovative initiatives represent good practices not only on a national but also on an European level. For this reason, we have invited you to present the future project and our recent events, including the international webinar organized by several Euroguidance network, which will take place this Friday on 13th of November. The support for innovation in career guidance is a key priority for us. And since 2009, we collaborate with you in collecting and promoting new digital tools and methods based on new learning approaches. The competition for innovative career tools, which was part of the future project, was organized in partnership with Euroguidance Bulgaria, and we are proud of the results demonstrated by our practitioners. For one is sure, we will continue our collaboration in the future to help career advisors and citizens be better prepared for the new realities and demands. And we look forward to new inspiring initiatives from the foundation and not only. Once again, a huge thank you for your great cooperation, Nevena. Thank you very much. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you very much for this kind words, Krasi, and for all the support that we have been receiving for you. And we are also very proud for our collaboration and its results in the years. So if all of the career guidance practitioners and organizations active in the other countries can report such support, everything will look brighter in the field of career guidance in Europe. So thanks once again. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer, or my colleagues. I have put in the chat a link to our feedback questionnaire. As already mentioned, I will send it individually to receive it via the email, but as mentioned, it will just take you a minute to report what was most interesting and attractive for you in this event. We'll be ready to accept any future collaborations and invitations. So if you would like to create something new, our project partnership is very experienced, and we'll be happy to proceed our efforts and to upgrade them in future initiatives on national or international level. So
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I just wanted to offer applause for the great team of the Future Project and for those who were involved in the organization of the great webinar. So can we applaud them for a second?
Thank you. Thank you all. And as said earlier, we wish you the best of luck, and most of all, stay safe, you and your families and your friends. We hope that we will soon get out of this, and we will look into a brighter future with more inspiring career initiatives. So thank you very much for watching, and we're looking forward. Have a good day.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.